Yo, this is Supermax Hernandez, and you're watching Countdown City WrestleCast. Boom! I got it.
What's up, heels and baby faces? Welcome to another episode of the Countdown City WrestleCast. I'm your host, JC, and I'm joined this week by Tommy.
You.
And Mike.
I'm Mike, and dear God, it's still 2020.
But it's fall now.
Yes.
Can you believe it?
We're in the home stretch.
Almost there.
We are at the beginning of the fall, I know.
In Texas, you know it's fall because the temperature drops below 90.
Yeah.
And in Animal Crossing, the leaves start to turn brown. That's really about it. So, so it's Twitter account, of course, at @CCG_WrestleCast. If you're new to the show, give us a follow, interact with us. We're always sharing stuff, talking, if anybody ever talks to us. And follow it and subscribe here at Countdown City Geeks. Today,
we're so lonely here.
Yeah, we get a little lonely in a pandemic, right? So today we're talking about WWE Clash of Champions, which kind of underrated, is usually one of the better pay-per-views because every title's on the line. You don't feel like there's a throwaway match usually.
Doesn't it have a tag name this time again, like all the last few pay-per-views have had? Isn't it like Clash of what is it? Clash of Champions?
Isn't it Clash of Champions Rise of the Decepticons? I mean,
yes.
I was gonna.
You know what? Let's get it out there before we start talking about it. We thanks to Mike, we call them Disruption.
Dark Disruption Rises.
Yes, Dark Disruption. But at this point, that reveal was so underwhelming.
It was, dude. Oh my god.
Oh, okay. You were throwing this out there. I do want to say this first.
Yeah.
What we're going to say today is about what was created for the wrestlers, not the wrestlers themselves.
No.
All right?
Yes,
they were, they were given stuff. I mean, I at least give props to, Mia Yim got to be the first person to talk. That was pretty cool. They gave her the mic right off the bat. But they were given characters to be on the main roster. Someone was apparently watching the Decepticons or Dodgeball or something that came up with names for them. But, it's one of those things where, like, you take the crap they give you and try to do the best you can. So I'll start there, and then we can make fun of what they were given.
Okay, but Bane masks? Okay, look, here, use a mask like this. That would be better, right? At least it's wrestling related.
In all fairness, it's a Bane mask with a Batman voice. Because if you notice when Dijakovic took the mic, he tried to do the Batman thing and change his voice while he was giving the promo. And I was like, I was waiting for like the Spanish, you didn't know that we were here and we had contracts. Like that, I would have marked out if he would have done that.
Have you guys seen the Harley Quinn TV series yet?
Yes.
Okay, the way Bane talks on that is this big, huge, bulky Bane, and he talks like Bane from the Dark Knight Rises, which is great, and it's so hilarious. So it's like I'm waiting for the voiceovers where someone augments their voice where they sound like Bane. It's gonna be great. But here's the thing: you set this up to be so easily made fun of. First of all, I'm very excited for Mia Yim. And I think the other one was Mercedes Martinez.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm excited for those two.
I'm excited very much for those two. But all this buildup, why the masks? They were already wearing masks.
No one cared until I put on the mask.
My thing is, why change their names? Does Vince assume none of us watch NXT? That we don't know who Dijakovic is? That we don't know who Shane Thorne is? That we don't know who Madness? Does he just think we've just never seen them before?
I don't know if he knows who they are.
No,
actually true.
This has me questioning.
I think I read somewhere he forgot Peyton Royce and Bianca Belair or something like that.
Like they split up the Iconics, and then they kind of forgot they were on Raw, and that's why Bianca hadn't been used for a while. Peyton,
I'm convinced at this point he doesn't watch NXT.
No.
Maybe NXT UK once in a while he'll comment on Twitter about it, when he's not at the show. But it's like you give Triple H this freedom and Regal this freedom to book it how you want, but the great creative will use the storylines you built up there into something, make it into something. Let them have a good reason why they're doing this. The Bane mask thing is like, I feel like he's getting too creative. This is almost like the Viking Experience name all over again, you know? So it's like, we're going to change what they are, call them the Viking Experience, and change their names. And it's like, just get out of your own way, you know?
Yeah.
So,
and
I don't know.
and then the logic of the storyline. So this group had come and disrupted and caused all kinds of
Disruption.
chaos backstage. Exactly. And then they give them contracts, and the announcers are like, now they can do whatever they want. They've been doing whatever they want. In fact, if you're under contract, you should be able to be fined and like suspended.
Yeah.
Makes no sense.
Like, if you're supposed to be in a bubble, how are they getting in there and breaking in? Like, that's the major security issue.
This is also confusing. It's also confusing as far as other storylines, like with the Hurt Business, which I like as a heel group.
I do
then
too.
they're fighting this other heel group with the faces, and I'm like, you could have two heel groups who never interact with one another. You do know that, right? Or you can just have heel group versus heel group. But
it's really awkward because in one sense they're like beating up on Apollo Crews and Ricochet and doing really heelish things, but then they're just like, yeah, we're defending Raw, and I'm like, I kind of like it, but I was like, choose the path, like what?
Yeah. Or don't even get involved. Like, just stay on the stage and just eat popcorn and watch
that would be more heelish, right?
Yeah, exactly. You know,
of course, and like I said before we started recording, to me, it suddenly feels like they're just trying to do the Dark Order, but it's somehow worse.
But extreme camera shake.
Or if this is their way of making fun of the Dark Order to get back at Brody Lee.
This will show him.
The only people that wind up getting made fun of are their own wrestlers. That's the bad part.
Yeah, look, for everyone in this group, again, like Mike said from the top, it's nothing against y'all. Y'all are handed this. Keith Lee was handed the whole music change, which, by the way, there must be some CFO thing because all of the CFO music is not even on Apple Music anymore.
No, there is. They've
Oh wow.
The group or the company that apparently owns CFO, or like their record label, WWE was having trouble with them and money, so they basically like are going away from CFO. I think except for like some of the CFO ones that are really iconic to their wrestlers, so to speak. No pun intended. I think some of those,
like Finn Balor would be one.
Probably.
I think Nakamura was still CFO, even his most recent one.
Adam Cole and the Undisputed Era. I would hope they keep those. Those are iconic.
That's what I was going to say, though. I think they're keeping most of the ones that like they feel are really tied to wrestlers, but I think the rest of them, I mean, you know, like I think Vince probably felt Keith Lee, even though it was a really good song for him in NXT, you know, he doesn't care about NXT. No one watches it, so that's his thought.
Yeah, and for those of you that guys have like some sort of like Apple Music or some sort of subscription service, if you have downloaded like the Undisputed Era, some of these CFO songs, don't delete them from your phone because you won't be able to get them back to Apple Music. Nope. So they're just done, you know. So, which sucks because I was trying to listen to that song and it wouldn't play, and I'm like, dang.
What, the Undisputed Era?
Yeah.
We'll see. I actually.
I guess I have to bootleg it. So.
Well, actually, bought it off iTunes. Talk to me later. Anyway.
Speaking of talk like a pirate, Dave.
Yeah. So, to all those wrestlers that are involved with the group, good luck. You can spin this on a positive one way or another. We'll just see what you guys do with it.
Because you know, I gotta say, when Dijakovic and Madden teamed up to choke slam, was it Lashley or was it? I think it was Lashley. Like they're pretty formidable because they're two big dudes. They don't need the mask. Like them two as like the big guys in the group. That's pretty impressive. Like let them be them, not Slapjack and T-Bar and Mace or whatever. Like
all I'm missing is for them to be able to combine and form like a super Retribution member. Like
give them time. And then comes the bodyguard from Underground, and he's like.
At what point does he like just run out of names for people, and he's like, okay, I don't want them to use their real name, so they're going to be like member A, member B, member C, you know, like
number
literally
one.
would not surprise me if this happens if they get more Retribution members later. So
yeah,
Well, they have those extras that pop in to like go from like 5-on-4 to like 17-on-4, and I was like,
oh wait,
yeah.
who are these
I remember-
guys?
you know what's messed up? I just remembered what group they're totally ripping off of.
What's that?
Age of the Fall, when Jimmy Jacobs did this back in ROH.
Uh,
It's the exact same thing. Jimmy
if
Jacobs,
they hang someone upside down and leave them, I'll at least take a
That's
little
true.
bit back.
But
Yeah,
it's
too much.
It's just like, oh my god, even by WWE standards, this is so unoriginal. It's like, but at least Necro Butcher and Tyler Black got to keep their names. Anyway,
You know what I'm really worried about? I'm kind of worried for Mia Yim and Mercedes Martinez. If those are the names they got for the three dudes, what are they going to give them when they finally like name them?
let me see what Decepticon female names there are. I remember Black Arachnia from Beast Wars, but she was a Predacon, so that's not the same.
Oh boy. Well, Tommy researches that. Let's start talking Clash of Champions here.
All right.
Excuse me. Time to move on, right? Well, Clash of Champions, there's 9 matches total on the card, 1 on the pre-show as of right now. And every title is on the line here. So, obviously, except for NXT, which, as Vince, I don't think Vince knows NXT exists unless it's around Survivor Series. What's interesting here is,
like who?
Yeah. The pre-show match is actually for the Raw Women's Championship.
Can we?
Yeah. Asuka defending against Zelina Vega.
What did either of them do to deserve that?
I think it's a matter of there being a stacked card and they just trying to fill everybody.
It's kind of, you're kind of right. Like the fact that Clash of Champions has to have every title defended.
Yeah.
I mean, look, I know Zelina Vega is not bad, but like she's literally hasn't wrestled in months, and she gets a title match. And then I know we'll get to it in a minute, but the tag team kind of fell under the same thing. Like the teams, we can get to that, but yeah, like people are just like, we need title matches, so get some people in the match.
So obviously, I don't think any of us see Zelina Vega even have a chance at winning this one. No, it's all Asuka there. So we're going with Asuka. I did not get the picks from Tina, but I'll probably get them after we record.
I'm gonna bet she's going Asuka.
I'm sure she is, but if there's ever something like she might differ on, I'll add the graphic and post. So if you see Tina's name down here, it's probably because I added it in post and I got it after the show.
Whoa, how could you choose that? No.
That could be funny, right? All right, main card matches. We'll start with the United States Championship. Bobby Lashley defending against Apollo Crews. I can see. I'm really at the point where I think Lashley's going to win this. I think if they're trying to make this new group of stand out and be like powerful, you got to keep some gold. So I'm going with Lashley. Same for you guys. Or does anyone think Apollo's going to take it?
Yeah, I'm going with Lashley.
I think Apollo will have a good showing. I think they're going to like not. I don't think they'll make it a complete squash. I think he'll get a lot of offense in, and then I think Lashley will just hit that point, and then he'll kind of like cream him real fast. But I think he'll get him get some offense in for a bit.
Okay.
Yeah.
Intercontinental Championship in a ladder match. Obviously, this one will probably steal the show.
Yeah.
Would you put Jeff Hardy, AJ Styles, and Sami Zayn in a ladder match?
This is actually making me want to watch it like now. Like
shit's about to go down. Yeah.
So. I've got a definite heart versus head decision to make here.
All right. Well, Mike, what is your decision then, sir?
Because my heart is I want Sami Zayn to win that. He never technically lost it, and WWE said not to worry if you didn't want to come in because of COVID. And they're like, oh, you know what? We're going to take your title away. So, but I think realistically, I honestly think it's going to stay on Hardy.
Yeah.
So I think I'm going to have to pick Hardy.
Okay. Tommy?
Wow. I actually would say literally the exact reverse. My heart was saying Jeff, but my head is going Sammy.
Really?
Yeah.
I like it.
Actually, for the kind of for the exact opposite reason. I'm thinking like, yeah, you don't have to show up, but they have to do something with the belt, because unlike New Japan, they were still going with shows. New Japan gave everybody a break for the 6-month rule because they weren't running for like 3 months. So actually, I'm thinking that they're actually going to have Sammy win it, and I think they're still trying to push Jeff towards a world title picture. Is my feeling.
Okay.
Either way, I don't see Jeff retaining. I've been back and forth between AJ and Sami Zayn.
Wow.
Yeah, I think with Sammy, it's a matter of he never lost it. I don't know what WWE's plans are this year as far as if they are going to go to Saudi Arabia. That rumor has kind of been floating up in the air. We really don't know what's going to happen. And if that was the case, Sammy obviously can't go.
I'm sure if it's before November, definitely someone in charge would greenlight that travel. So
yeah, but you know what? I'm gonna go AJ Styles. Why not? You know,
so one of us has to be right.
One of us has to be right, and I'm gonna bet that Tina, if she picks this later, is probably gonna pick AJ Styles. She loves AJ.
So basically, when we go over this next week, I bet whoever comes out on top it's gonna come down to this match. Whoever has the most.
Yeah, probably. I do have a side question. Do you think they go like was it Shawn and Razor and put both IC belts up there? Do you think Sammy
I hope so.
They put his belt up there too?
That would be cool.
I hope so.
That would be cool. I would love to see that.
That would be a great callback.
And it'd be hilarious if like they both put their belts up there and AJ takes them and he never brought in a belt to wager in the way. So
that would be one way to go.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, his Twitch channel is really entertaining. Of course, he's now on Twitch because Mixer shut down. But he's on there. Adam Cole is on there. Cole Cabana's on there. All these wrestlers are not getting a page, of course. But AJ's on there. Soraya official, official Soraya. But AJ's on there. His son makes an appearance. They get into rock paper scissors battles every now and then for the Jones Family Championship. It's quite entertaining. So get on Twitch and check it out if you get a chance. So
that's awesome.
Yeah, I'll put I think it's like twitch.tv/StylesClash, something like that. So now, Women's Tag Team Championship. Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler versus the Riot Squad. I already know Mike is going Nia, and Shayna probably still heated for the fact that they put the Riot Squad over the Iconics.
Oh, well, okay, so I probably was going to go that way.
Yeah.
But I also heard an interesting rumor that could make things interesting. So I'm just going to throw this out there. What if Mia and Mercedes, or whoever they're called by this weekend, attack the Riot Squad in the back? It's Clash of Champions. You have to have a title match so they get themselves inserted as part of the disruption push.
So
I could see that, unfortunately.
If I write Mia Mercedes over here, that would be your official pick, or
no? My official pick is Nia and Shayna, but it's just a rumor that I thought was pretty interesting.
Right?
Nah, officially, I got to go Nia and Shayna.
I could see it happening.
I could too.
Yeah, I don't. Let's be honest. I think this match would be a squash if it goes as planned.
Yeah.
And maybe it's a squash, and then Mia and Mercedes show up to challenge him right afterward. Who knows?
But then again, like you said, you went to the trouble of reuniting Riot Squad and breaking up the Iconics, so they better have a strong showing.
You hope.
Yeah.
If not, we'll know what a bad thing is going to be on Mike's thing.
Then again, Then again, Vince forgets that women have tag teams, or sometimes women at all. So
yeah.
Tori Wilson or Trish Stratus, he forgot they existed.
I'm gonna go Nia and Shayna. I think this is still another of the classic WWE booking. Two people that hate each other. Let's put them in a tag team. Eventually, they start working together. We got to build that up, and they're like these legacy champions. Like that. So, Tommy, what say you on this one?
Actually, I'm going Riot Squad.
Okay.
Hey.
I don't know. I kind of feel like they might have did that for this one thing and might have them break up to have them feud with each other, because
I was going to say, you think they'll explode this soon?
Yeah, I think Shayna might be the one person Nia can't hurt. So,
well, never say never.
That's true. And I love Nia. And I'm sorry to say that, but come on, her track record is kind of prevalent there.
It really is.
All right, Raw Tag Team Championship. The Street Profits defending against Andrade and Angel Garza. Any of you guys think that a title is going to change hands here?
No, but like I mentioned earlier, I would like to point out the number one contenders match for this, to be in this match, was Andrade and Angel Garza, who have lost a lot recently because they keep fighting with each other. it was Seth and Murphy who have not won, and Seth has been like letting Murphy either get beat up or beaten up himself, and a brand new tag team they just created because, hey, look, Dominic's still Mexican and we still got Humberto. Let's put them together since Ray can't wrestle all the time.
Wait, Humberto. Someone else I'm positive Vince forgot still works for him.
Yeah, it's probably true also.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, like 3 teams that have no momentum going into a number 1 contenders match. And then I guess I guess they're like putting that feud on hold so they can have the match at Clash of Champions.
The more they show this, the more it proves FTR's point of why they left in the first place.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Because tag teams are really a joke there. I mean, they start off strong,
unless
and
it's NXT, which is amazing. NXT is the one place they were taken seriously.
Because Vince doesn't care.
Yeah, and Vince is still more high up on putting random people together in a tag team than having consistent tag teams that have developed over the years.
Yeah.
So Street Profits.
Speaking of, Street Profits.
Street Profits.
All right.
And with that, it seems that all the Hispanic tag teams are going after the tag team championships, at least on the men's side.
Well, they can't go over the U.S. title after the U.S. title right now. So
I guess not. So the SmackDown Tag Team Championship is being defended by Cesaro and Shinsuke Nakamura against Lucha House Party.
Speaking of liking to put 2 people together, but
yeah, Mike, I think we're all going Cesaro and Shinsuke.
What would y'all do if I just said Lucha House Party?
I would actually freaked out.
I would call the police for a wellness check at your house. I would try and have an intervention to get you sent to get some therapy, and I would really, really worry about you that this pandemic, having to teach you this pandemic is getting to you.
You know what?
Yes, the man I'm talking to on Skype is having a stroke right now.
Yeah.
Trust me, he's having a stroke.
Geekcasters, look at the love my friends have for me. Look what they would do for me if they really thought I was
would absolutely.
Bro, been your best friend for over 20 years, so I gotta look out for you. You're the best man on the way.
That long, but even I would actually okay. If you would have picked Lucha House Party, I'd have been like, dude, you have to walk me through every reason for this decision. You can't just say that and drop it. I need to know exactly your thought process.
His one reason is Vince McMahon is booking this and hates Cesaro because he's not grabbing it.
That would probably be the one argument.
That's one. Anyway. The second one would be they lose the titles, break up, and Cesaro can now go on a singles run. But then your reason number 1 would invalidate that. So I choose Cesaro and Nakamura.
Okay. I think we all are. I don't see any of us choosing Lucha House Party.
Yeah, I thought about this the other day. Do you know how Cesaro's phone is going to ring the day that they actually release him? Like from AEW, AEW and New Japan. Do you know how quick the information won't be on Twitter longer than 20 seconds? His phone will be on fire.
And I'm going to be honest. I think if it had to choose between one, I would want to see him go to New Japan first, but I hope he could get one of those deals where he's allowed to go both. But at this point, I think I want to see him in New Japan.
I think
that might be a good fit, at least for a G1 run with him.
Yeah,
I think if he left, he'd be one of the guys who's popular enough to get both deals.
I would hope so. Yeah.
To me, he's just like Jon Moxley. Everyone knows how good he is, and everyone knows he's been held back. And I think again, New Japan and AEW would work something out. But okay, maybe he can't be on New Japan USA. But as far as the Japan shows, hey, hell yeah.
And AEW, in all seriousness, will recognize, hey, let's give them a manager so they can do more of the talking and let this guy do the wrestling, which he's really good at.
Yeah.
I think WWE has to know that, and that's the only reason they keep him around, sadly. They just, for whatever reason, I don't know if it's just Cesaro doesn't kiss Vince's ass as much as he thinks he should. He shouldn't have to. I mean, he's the badass.
I think he just doesn't cause. I feel like he's somebody who doesn't cause waves, and it's just like a total professional. So
yeah.
I mean, you can say he's not kissing Vince's ass for. I think he just does what he's asked to do, goes about his business. He seems universally liked by everybody.
Or it's because he talks with an accent, because Vince is like to feel over to have an accent. That's I mean,
sure. This dude could lift all of the disruption people on his shoulders, but Who wants strength like that?
Yeah.
Exactly.
I thought about something else. He could just go to Impact like Eric Young did and just dominate over there for like 3 years straight.
Yeah, but I want to see him and some of those New Japan guys, and I mean some of the bigger AEW guys. He's already
him and Minoru Suzuki is like a dream match.
Oh yeah.
First of all, they would elbow the absolute crap out of one another.
Oh my god!
I just a jaw.
I just want to see a European uppercut battle with some of those guys.
Yeah, for sure.
You know it.
Him and Ishii would probably damn near kill each other for the match was over. Anyway, sorry, fantasy booking over here.
Oh, yeah.
All good. SmackDown Women's Championship, Bayley defending against Nikki Cross. I think we all are on the mindset that it's going to be Bayley against Sasha at Survivor Series.
Yeah,
and this is just like a step on the road.
It would be the upset of the year if Nikki won this. Like, it would literally probably be the most shocking win of.
Yeah, the only way I think she could win it is Sasha interference. But then you're right. I think if you're going to do Bayley and Sasha, you might as well do it for the belt. So
yes, definitely. Yeah. Nothing against Nikki Cross. I think she's very deserving.
No, right.
But yeah, this is a storyline they're running the long road with this one. So
yeah.
I'm pretty sure we'll see a Sasha appearance either immediately after the match or somehow during the match that's going to set something up here. So
true.
In her Sith cloak.
Yeah, probably. That'd be great. She comes out Mandalorian style, right?
It's Jedi time.
Yeah. Oh man,
I'm laughing because I can totally hear Michael Cole saying that. That's the worst part.
She's gonna bust out the lightsaber and tear the whole Thunderdome down. So
that would actually be pretty awesome.
Yeah. All right. Universal Championship: Roman Reigns defending against Jey Uso. Come on now.
I wish I could believe. I really do, but
yeah.
Jey Uso was the first person to pin him as a member of the Shield from the WWE roster. And when they did like the there was like 10 guys on Raw versus the 3 Shield members. The Usos finished him off. They super kicked him, and then Jey did that. I saw a post about it during the week. But no, I think this is just for Roman to beat up his cousin, get some heel heat.
Yeah.
I guess good news. I've heard he's supposed to get new music and gear. So
I heard that too. Yeah.
Please, especially with the heel turn. I think that's been my biggest gripe about Roman too, is that he still uses the Shield music. Why give him some new music that's recognizable? You know.
Yeah.
But I obviously I think Roman's going to win, but I wouldn't be surprised if they gave this a longer match than we expect. A lot of us expect a squash, but because it's family, if they can put on a great match together, I think that would be awesome. You know.
Yeah.
So we'll see what happens with this one.
I think you'll see that underdog kind of thing from Jey Uso and kicking out of some things for a bit, and then Roman just getting really mad and like punishing him and hitting maybe multiple spears and stuff like that. So yeah.
That'd be interesting to see how they book that one. So now this one I would think is the main event because it is an ambulance match for the WWE Championship. Drew McIntyre defending against Randy Orton. Ambulance match is pretty basic. It's kind of like a coffin match, except there's an ambulance. Throw them in the ambulance, close the door. So I don't know if they're going to have the ambulance in the actual arena with all the Thunderdome screens. I imagine.
Oh, no, they did on Monday. I don't know if you saw Raw. But
they did?
One.
Okay.
It's kind of like on the side of the entrance.
Okay.
Like the walkway. So, yeah, it's in there.
Okay. That being said, I am picking Drew. I thought the reason to pull the trigger would have been SummerSlam if you're going to take the title off of him. And right now, I feel like he's practically unbeatable. And I think what I want to see set up is McIntyre versus Roman at Survivor Series. If they do the whole champion versus champion thing. So I'm wanting to see Drew McIntyre win this one. So that's my pick on this.
I mean, I kind of want to see him win it too, but I feel if he's gonna lose, a gimmick match like this would be a way to kind of keep him strong because like there can be shenanigans. You know, maybe they both fight into the ambulance and Orton falls out and kicks the doors or something kind of dumb where he didn't really get pinned, but he lost the match stipulation.
Right.
And I agree too. I thought during SummerSlam it was going to be Orton, and if it's not now, I kind of feel like you're wasting this new Orton run. But I don't know. I'm going to go out on a limb and say Orton.
Okay.
I said it before. I won't do it again.
I'm wondering if Tina would pick Orton for this. Well, I guess I'll find out later. So because I'm not sure how she would go on this one. So, Tommy, what about you?
Actually, I'm going Drew. I think Orton's current run is more of a build up the new stars kind of thing. Maybe they'll give him one more run before he officially retires. Because I don't know, he's kind of in his I don't want to say Undertaker phase because I will get so much hate for that. I want to say he's in his legend phase in a way. Like, he's kind of like, does he need another title run? Really? It's like 13 times? Jeez, dude. Who haven't you beat at this point? So
is Orton the only person who can beat Orton at this point then? He's a legend and he's the legend killer?
So the only way they're going to beat Orton is if they time travel back to 2009, get that Randy Orton and his father from then, and transport them back to this year, and then Orton has to fight himself.
But then Captain has to take them back to their time, so it doesn't make another timeline,
That's true.
Endgame style. So
if a wrestling company could ever pull off something that even appeared to be like that, that would be incredible.
Damn well Vince would try it. and the New Day would be the time traveling team.
I'm just imagining Thanos looking at Orton and going, "You should have hit an RKO."
Good stuff. All right, well, those are our picks for Clash of Champions. Let us know what your thoughts are. I think these are pretty straightforward. WWE's pretty predictable for being a bunch of title matches, unfortunately. So if there's anything you differ on, just let us know in the comments or tweet them at us.
So unfortunately for all of us here, I actually did look up female Decepticons.
Oh boy.
So what are Mia Yim and Mercedes Martinez going to be called this weekend?
To my surprise, I actually did notice there are actually quite a few. But so far, for my favorite picks for names, I saw Shadow Striker and Nova Storm, which are like my current front runners for favorite names. My other favorites are also Swift, Killjoy, Blackout, and Crasher, and Night Racer, and Shadow Striker.
Blackout sounds like the one that they might use.
Yeah.
Shadow Striker possibly with Mia Yim. Just let's be honest, Vince is racist towards Asians like that. I'm sorry. I
mean, she was called Jade in Impact, so
that's true.
That's not just Vince.
Sorry. Yeah. The second I said the female Decepticons, I was like, wait a minute, what are female Decepticons? And then I was like, oh my God, there are quite a few. Never mind.
All right. With that, we'll move into our 1 minute warning segment. If you're new to the show, this is really a chance for us to talk for about a minute about anything we want to, wrestling related or otherwise. Mike has last few weeks taken this chance to come up with a new segment for the show called
Good Things, Bad Things.
Good Things, Bad Things, yeah. So he's got it ready to go. So Mike, that's all you. Go.
All right. So a good thing. Cesaro has been a tag team champion for, I'm not going to lie, I can't see my background very well at the moment, but I believe it's 65 days.
Yeah, that's what you have there, yeah.
Yes. Raw has not, a bad thing, Raw has not been iconic for 22 days. However, a bonus good thing. Hopefully. Billy and Peyton are still supporting each other on Raw for now. They were backstage with Asuka, and Billy looked like she was going to challenge her, and then Peyton showed up, and she kind of like, yeah, Peyton, you should challenge her. And she was ringside for the match, so they're like, even though we're not iconic, we still support each other. So let's see if that's realistic, or that just leads to them turning on each other, which I hope not.
All right. You never know with this stuff.
At this point, I think Vince is going to forget that he broke them up and just put them back together. So
I would not doubt that in the least. Like they take them off TV for a while, then one day the Iconics coming up in tag team action, and they just completely ignore it. I would not doubt that at all.
And you know what? At that point, we should just be like this. Okay.
Thank you. Yes.
That wouldn't surprise me because it's like it stands out in my mind when they had the Bellas feuding with each other, and they're making. I mean, they're not the best speakers, but the whole "I wish you died in the womb" kind of comment, and then all of a sudden 2 weeks later, oh, we're best friends again. Like, come on.
I remember. I know that happened. Like, not that extreme, but something happened like that somewhere else. I was like, I know it did, but I cannot remember who the tag team was. Yeah. I know some storyline that did not resolve itself, and the team.
The Rougeau brothers. No, I'm just kidding.
Say again.
I said the Rougeau brothers.
Oh,
I wish you were died in the womb, eh?
Yeah.
But see, here's my thing. So everyone gets on AEW for their lack of storylines, which is BS. I'm just stating that for the record. But yet and still, WWE has this. But in contrast, AEW not only took Matt Sydal's fall and made it into a storyline, on the fly with Michael Nakazawa, but they actually have other coherent storylines still going this whole time, as in when everyone said Brody Lee wasn't doing anything, which I use the biggest air quotes for that, and he wins the TNT title in no time. So, what?
Yeah.
I mean, some people are going to complain about AEW no matter what. They're just determined to not like it. I mean, it's not perfect, and we've talked about some times that they've, had some missteps, but I think some of the things I think they do better than WWE are stick with storylines and use their tag teams and stuff and managers, like things that WWE doesn't like to do. And WWE's given us a lot. I mean, they've given us some good stuff, but they've given us a lot to make fun of. Like, the first half of the show. So,
they sure have.
Absolutely.
I mean, it goes both ways.
No shortage of entertainment when it comes to that. That's definitely true.
Not at all.
No. So.
Wait, was that your 1 minute warning? No,
Let's try.
All right, Tommy.
I have Japan to talk about. Thank you very much.
Of course he does. With the G1 going on, we have it any other way? All right, Tommy. Ready, set, go.
Okay, so to start off real quick before I get to the G1, Champion Carnival in All Japan, Jake Lee and Zeus are ahead in Block A. Kento Miyahara and Yuma Aogi are ahead in Block B. And one victory in Pro Wrestling Noah. Go Shiozaki is currently leading Block A, and Takeshi Sugiura is leading Block B. But New Japan's, of course, G1 Climax, starting off with a shock because in the first match, Okada did not win. Ibushi actually won the first one. Ospreay won his match. Suzuki and Ishii apparently had a barn burner of a match that I haven't seen yet, but everyone is saying it was probably the match of the tournament so far, and the tournament just started. Tai Chi, I cannot believe the words leaving my mouth, beat Jeff Cobb. And Jay White, returning to form, he came in and beat Shingo Takagi, which kind of saw coming. Juice Robinson won his match, amazingly. Toru Yano beat Sonata. I can't believe I said that either. Zack Sabre Jr. and Kenta, they won, and Naito started off strong. He beat Hiroshi Tanahashi.
Interesting.
Yeah. And by the way, Zack Sabre Jr. beat Evil.
Wait, I think you probably talked about this in previous years, but is the champion often in the G1?
Yes and no. It varies on the years. Like sometimes the champion will be in it. Oh, I take that back. Most of the time, the champion's in it. Okay. Like just, and usually whenever a champion loses in the G1, whoever beat him gets a title shot before Wrestle Kingdom. Like,
that's right. Okay,
I think that happened a couple times last year. Yeah.
Because prior to a couple years ago, winning G1 was the championship. It's like you had those bragging rights for the rest of the year. It didn't matter what happened. But now they did kind of like a contract thing where you have that. And actually, it's also whoever wins the G1. If they lost to anyone during the tournament, that person has the right to challenge them and to win. And so the same with the champion. If the champion loses, they keep their belt, of course, but whoever beat them gets a title shot. So if Naito loses to who else is on here? Kenta, Evil, Juice, and all those guys. If any of them beat him, they get a title shot before we
can only imagine he's going to lose to at least one of them during the tournament.
I'll be amazed if it's Yoshihashi, but hey, I mean, dude won the never open weight 6-man belt, so sky's the limit for him right now. So I'm happy for him.
Yep.
I hope it's Goto though. I want Goto to win the world title so bad. Goto Ishii, man, for the love of God.
For mine, I'm gonna start this off by saying, in a world where so much negative shit has happened, I finally had, you always look for the positives. At least I try to, and something very positive happened over this weekend, and I wasn't even there for it, but I was very surprised right this. I'm gonna show y'all a video. Let's take a look.
We live. We on it.
A huge, big old shout out to JC, man. I hear you look up to me, and I'm just telling you right now, you gotta keep pushing, keep striving, keep moving. Them doctors can't tell you shit.
Period.
The only person that can tell you something is God, man. He got the last say so. So make sure you keep pushing, make sure you keep striving, make sure you keep being swole, alright? Alright? You know what? Tell him, let him know. Tell him swole sent you. You know what I mean?
Tommy, where was this?
Wait,
that's not racist. That was you, right?
Yeah,
that was Tommy. I'm gonna try not to get emotional with this, but
that's awesome, dude. Seriously.
Yeah. Wear the shirt.
It's all good, man.
God, Tommy. First of all, Tommy didn't send me that. Brandon. B Ninja 210 on Twitch, by the way, had sent me that because Tommy forgot, which is hilarious. But
actually, I was. I had my cousin's wedding that day. That I forgot about, and I had to go.
That was just such a surprise. Tina and I are watching TV, and I get this message from Brandon. I was like, "What is this?" And this is Swole. I was like, "You gotta be kidding me!" So.
Dude, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for that. I look up to you. It's been almost 3 years since I got diagnosed, and to hear those words was amazing. So, I'm gonna go over a minute.
Well, fine.
Yeah.
Whatever.
But thank you so much for that. You truly are an inspiration. I buying your T-shirt like after we stopped recording. By the way, I got paid. So, but you're doing great things. I wish I had known you were going to be there because I would have tried to talk my wife into going out there to meet you and just to talk with you, pick your brain for a bit. So, thank you for that. That meant so much, and it gets emotional every time I watch that because I'm not in this fight alone. There's other people out there that are dealing with this every day. So, especially right now, the Take Steps Walk is coming up, and that's always great for me once a year because I go to a park, I get to walk with other people dealing with the shit that I'm dealing with. And obviously that can't happen this year. It's something that's got to be done virtually. But that message is awesome. I can't thank you enough. So, I'm not the most religious person in the world, I will say that, but in the hospital, I got this pendant, has the Virgin Mary on it, and Tina got me one that was like a little better condition later, but I've never taken this off. This has really helped heal me, So I know I got friends and family out there praying for me. I know I got Swole praying for me, so thank you. And I'm gonna be all right. Thank you, everything for support. Yeah. Thank you, Tommy, for that.
Man.
Well, I recovered, Tommy. You can tell the story about how you got that video, which is pretty cool. So
So she was at Mission Pro Wrestling. I wasn't sure I was gonna go. Brandon actually did hook me up with a ticket. So shouts out to Brandon again. So I went. I mainly went to go because I went to meet La Rosa Negra, who I'm a huge fan of. Been a fan for like 6 years, probably almost 7. And I went to meet her. And so when I got there, Swole had already done a meet and greet and everything, but she did one after the show. So we were hanging around. Her line died down, and I got in line, took a picture with her that I haven't posted yet because I forgot to do that too. And so after the picture, no one else was in line. So I just said, and I told her about JC. I was like, so I got a friend who got diagnosed with Crohn's, and he really looks up to you. He's a huge fan of yours, and you are inspiration for him. So just thank you for that. And she's like, that's really cool. So she just said, you know what? Start a video real quick. And we're like, okay, cool. And she did that completely unprompted. I didn't ask her to do it. I thought about asking her to do it, but I didn't want to push it. I didn't want to, say, hey, can you say something for my friend? I don't want to make her feel like she was on the spot. But she did that out of the goodness of her heart, and she really was that cool all night to everybody. I saw her just talking with fans, and she was taking pictures. She was, dancing around with fans, and stuff. She was just that cool all night. So yeah, shouts out to Big Swole for just being an awesome person in real life, as awesome as we thought she was. Now we have it confirmed she is that awesome. So
yes, future AEW Women's Champion, hopefully.
Oh, absolutely.
I'll be sharing my head off when that happens. So
yeah.
I'm sure she will be.
Yeah. Thank you, Tommy. Thank you, Swole. Thank you, Brandon B Ninja 210 for sending me that video as well. I saw him briefly in the video too as well. So pretty amazing stuff, and that definitely made my week. It was a rough week with Tina, her first week back teaching in person with students, and getting prepped for that. Started this week, she's been a wreck, and it's been going well so far, but that was definitely a positive thing with everything going on. So I really do appreciate that. Thank you so much, and best of luck to you. I'm definitely going to be watching and rooting for you. So
yeah.
Okay.
Brandon, Tommy, Swole, thanks guys. That was awesome for him.
Thank you.
Yeah. Happy I can help make that happen.
Thank you so much.
It totally made my night too when you called me, because when you called me, I was actually on the way home, and I was like, okay, now I'm done for the day. I'm gonna send him that freaking video because I got home late from the show, so I went to bed late. Then I woke up almost late for my cousin's wedding. I went there, then I had to go to my mom and dad's house because I had family who was leaving the next day, and I couldn't probably get there before they left. So I was like, I've got to send him this damn video. And so all that happened. I was like, okay, now I'm sitting. And when you called me and said Brandon said, I was like, okay, thank God someone did it.
Yeah.
So where was this?
This past Friday at Mission Pro.
Mission Pro.
Where was it? Where was the event?
Oh,
at?
they were in Buda, Texas, at Pinball's Kingdom. It's an outdoor venue, so it wasn't inside. So they had an outdoor venue, and so hopefully she can bring her back because So I was because she actually has been asking who else she should bring in Mission Pro. So I'm already putting in my votes for La Rosa Negra to come back. But I will definitely make a play for Big Swole to return. So
just from a CD perspective of social distancing and all, how was it? Was it pretty safe?
Pretty safe. They only group together the people who are in the same ticket range. If you buy tickets as a group, they put you together and they space out everybody else. Yeah.
Okay. All right, so pretty standard.
And even though it's outside, the masks are required the whole time. I only pulled mine down just to take pictures with a couple people. Then they say you have to have it up the whole time though. Okay. Only people who didn't were the wrestlers, of course.
Yeah. Obviously. And pretty good turnout.
Pretty good turnout. Yeah, I think a lot of people were just excited to just see live wrestling again. So
yeah, very cool, very cool. I hope they bring Swole back and everybody back, and I will try and make it next time too. So definitely. So. Okay, now that I'm not a wreck anymore, WWE Clash of Champions is this Sunday, September 27th at 6 p.m. Central Time. Kickoff is probably going to be at 5 o'clock from the Amway Center, a.k.a. the Thunderdome, where Mike is currently sitting in Orlando, Florida. Yes.
Clash of Champions, the rise of Megatron. Anyway.
Yes. And of course, it'll be on the WWE Network.
Transformers nerd anyone has ever met. I've got a million of these jokes.
If you have any Transformers jokes right here, put them down here. If you got any, send us a link, any videos where you make fun of, add some Bane voices, please put those in here. Yeah, so.
Or the dodgeball team Laser. Taser. Laser. You know my consigliere, Michelle.
Now that you said that, I kind of want to see a dodgeball match between the Dark Order and Disruption.
Yes.
That'd
be awesome.
That'd be epic.
Oh my God, I so want to see that now. Now I want to just watch dodgeball.
That's fantasy looking at its finest, right? On ESPN 8, the show. Our Twitter account at @CCG_WrestleCast. Subscribe here to the Countdown City Geeks YouTube channel. Thank you everybody for watching. Thank you everybody for subscribing and for giving us a chance checking us out. We just like to sit here and talk wrestling. and sometimes cry when you get pretty cool messages. So thank you again, Swole, for all that. So
that's fair because if you guys had filmed a message from Okada to me, I probably would just be broken down in tears as well. So I can't. Yeah.
He may not understand a word he might have said, but he'd definitely be in tears. So,
I would not give a damn.
He's like, Tommy, stop bothering me. All I hear is you.
Okada knows my name was all I would hear.
I don't know if I can get a message from Okada, but I will try and get one from Lance Archer just for you.
Crap.
We're going to recap WWE Clash of Champions.
Whatever happened to my Billy Kay cameo? Oh, she can't do it anymore. Damn it.
Which is BS. I'm sorry.
That is dumb.
So dumb. Until WWE starts their own cameo service or some crap.
Which
like
you know they will.
Yeah. So
we're bringing back Tout as a different service.
Again, we'll recap Clash of Champions next week. Talk all about the event, what we thought of it, whether we liked it or not. Give our WrestleCast ratings, whatnot. So, guys, this was fun. Tommy, thank you again. I really do appreciate all that. It was a blast. Thank you again, Brandon, also for sending me that. Check out his Twitch channel. I know I haven't been able to get on Twitch. I'm having issues with my PS4. It doesn't want to connect with the LAN cable, only through Wi-Fi, which makes it a pain in the ass to even play all games online, let alone run Twitch. So I know Brandon's been waiting for me to get back on Samurai Showdown and kick his ass again. But until then, you probably have to find me on Parsec, which is a very cool PC peer-to-peer kind of connection service, which is better netcode than Samurai Showdown does natively. And it's the only way I've been able to play with other people and just kind of stay active with it. I miss seeing people. I miss doing this offline, going to Otaku and just having that interaction. But this is the next best thing. We'll get through it. So thank you, everybody, for watching and joining us. Thank you again to these guys over here. We got Mike.
Bye, guys. We get to each other.
We got Tommy.
Fight the evil forces of the Decepticons.
And I'm JC, and I've cried about every tear I got right now. Thank you for watching. And as always, heels and baby faces, remember, pro wrestling is real.
People are
fake.
Hey yo, subscribe to the channel by clicking right here.
Or if you want to watch more videos, click right here.